And welcome to Speaking of, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
I don't know why I needed an and this week, but it felt all sorts of.
And
welcome back.
Pardon me while I open my frosty beverage that Jared was kind enough to bring to the set for me as part of my community service for the day. You're welcome.
So guess what, interweb? Guess what we're going to do today? Kate just saw my shirt.
Let me tell you the story. This is how it happened at work. I had to tell my boss that I was not going to be available for a meeting that is today, which for you is probably tomorrow, but yesterday. But whatever.
We time travel.
Yes. I said I'm not going to be able to make that meeting because I don't know if you know this, but it's the 40th anniversary of the original Muppet movie, so I'm going to have to hit the 12:30 show, okay? To which he and my coworker claimed that the Muppets were awful and that I said, right? So I said, you guys are watching the Muppets wrong. To which he replied, the only wrong way to watch the Muppets is to actually watch the Muppets. We're in a fight.
You are in a fight.
So I didn't show up to work today. Take that.
Take that. But yes, we're off to the Muppets.
We're going to see the Muppet movie.
40th anniversary.
With two other people apparently that are in the theater. We'll see if there's more. This happens quite a bit to us.
Sometimes people show up.
I mean,
and then they're like, oh.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this should have been a private showing.
What to do? But yes, I can't wait. Can't wait, I tell you.
Well, you're going to have to, because we got to record this first.
Oh, work.
Sorry. Oh. So anyway, I don't know what that was.
She had a hitch in her get along.
I tell you what.
Did Ralph break your internet?
Oh my gosh, speaking of Ralph breaking the internet. My brother, this was a while back, he texts me to tell me that he's got the kids watching Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Is that what it is?
That's what it's called.
Oh, okay.
And
I forget. I've been calling it Ralph Breaks His Wi-Fi. I've been calling it a variety of things, so I'm not sure about the actual title. Anyway.
So they're watching the movie, and at the part where all the Ralphs come out, his internet cuts out. Couldn't have planned it better. That's it, kids. Ralph broke the internet.
Ralph
Movie's
broke
over.
The internet. That's it. Done. And done.
And done.
Hilarious.
Yes.
So this past week, there's been a little story going on, little Twitter going on. And I don't know if you've heard it, but I just want to tell this story. I wasn't going to, but
okay.
I'm going to, just because
I'm eager, excited, and concerned all at the same time.
So, at Disney World, you probably heard it once I started.
Oh, is this the whole childless millennial thing?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
no.
Yes.
You know what? No. Just, you don't get to decide who gets to go to Disney.
So,
okay?
But this is my thing. So at one point, because I can't repeat what was in this post, and part of me honestly hopes that it's a joke, that somebody, because it was done anonymously.
Okay.
So, and maybe we should preface this for those of you living under a rock. I don't know.
Some lady complained that adults with no children should not be going to Disney World or Disneyland.
Because it makes it too crowded. And
that's why
moms
crowded.
with kids should be able to go to the front of every line, because that's going to help. And then what was millennials waste their money there on stupid things. So this is what started it.
On what stupid things? That's Disney's fault, not the millennials' fault. Don't sell stupid things. Okay.
So what pushed her over the edge, though, was
I'm going to push her over an edge.
She had a 3-year-old son. We'll call him little Bobby.
Boy, ain't right.
We'll keep going with our King of the Hill comparisons. So she was going to buy him a pretzel. And the line...
Does Bobby deserve a pretzel?
Well, I'm going to touch on that for a little bit, too. So the line was too long, so she had to break little Bobby's heart and say the line was too long, and he just started crying.
As they do at Disneyland.
She wanted to go up and rip the pretzel out of that slut's hand, that slutty millennial.
Is that what she said?
She called her a slut. She called there. It was laced with a lot of stuff.
Wow, so she's clearly a Christian. Oh, wow.
Anyway, my whole point though is that my new goal now when I go to Disneyland in September is I really am going to be trying my hardest to be called a slut. That bald slut at the front of the line.
So, I'm just going to toss this out there. Maybe Disneyland, not the best place for that goal. Because clearly
they're not going to say it to my face. They're going to go home and tweet about me.
Clearly this woman does not need any effort to be made for these labels to be laid. Ooh, that rhymed. I made a poem. Did you guys hear that? Speaking of rhyming, I have a little story about that.
So anyway, so the very end of this Twitter thing is that at one point in her thing, she's like, these single millennials will never appreciate how difficult it is to keep after a 3-year-old, and I'm paraphrasing, this isn't a direct quote, and have to endure the looks of being a bad mom because
you're calling random people sluts.
Well, amongst other things. Because as you were saying, like, it's typical at any park that kids are going to have meltdowns. But if you're enduring it on a regular basis and are aware that you're being stared at, just saying.
Here's the other thing. Do you think, and by you, I mean that woman, that if only moms were in the park, no one would be looking at you like you're a bad parent? Because I have a feeling that it has nothing to do with the people around you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Poor little Bobby.
Poor little Bobby.
Forget college. Start saving for his therapy. Kid's gonna need it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Amongst other things.
People just make me crazy.
I can't.
I can't.
No, I can't either.
No, and I get it. I don't have kids, so I can't really say. But
well,
here's
it's
not like
thing.
I'm saying they should have an adults only day at Disneyland. Like, come on.
Well, and yeah.
Coexist.
You and I have married childbearing friends.
That was a mouthful.
It was, but they'll be among the first to tell you that Disney parks is a completely different experience when you leave the kids at home.
It's true, and why should you not get to do that? Besides, I mean, here's my other beef. You're taking your 3-year-old to Disneyland? Why? Talk about wasting money. That kid's gonna
I'm
sleep
trying
through
to
half
remember
of it,
how long you
cry
can get
through
in for
half
free.
of it, and he's not gonna remember a thing.
So there you go. Except that he didn't get his millennial pretzel.
Yeah, he's gonna have post-traumatic disorder syndrome disorder every time he sees Aunt Annie's pretzel from now on. Whose fault is that, Mom, who won't wait in the long line? Make a sacrifice. Okay, I'm done. What's in here?
All the best things.
Apparently. I want you to know I broke the seal on this cap. Nothing was put in it.
I know, and she's had this that much.
Speaking of low tolerance. Anyway.
So you had a story about a poem.
About rhyming.
Oh, about rhyming.
So.
Who needs Sesame Street? You got, right? Speaking of.
So I've told you before about the department that sits next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure thorn I am in their side. Because the one is trying to show the other something, and they're sitting right next to me, at the desk right next to me. So she says something, uses these complicated words that I don't remember. Because they say things out of context all the time that I just don't understand. Like uncovered grapes.
Oh.
For instance. Anyway, I digress. So she says something. She says all these words, and it totally rhymed. And so I tried to be quiet, and to myself, I out loud said, that rhymed. Poor Jay is no longer listening to a word she's saying. He's head down, she's like, what? Nothing, I don't know. It just, I mean, it's okay to be easily entertained. I mean, it's cheap.
It is. That's what makes the days go by.
Don't I know it. Don't I know it.
Oh, so speaking of work.
Were we?
You were at work.
I was at work.
And rhyming. So as I was coming in before here to pick up these lovely drinks for us.
Oh, did you hear that? That could have been a commercial. Carry on.
I'm in the store and I see this lovely person.
Is this actually grape flavored?
It is. I will tell anyone, though, that asks me it's purple flavored.
It's Purplesaurus Rex, for those of you wondering.
So.
And if you know what that is, I expect you to comment. Carry on.
I see someone that I know, but in the vast majority of my travels, I can't remember this person's name to save my life.
That is a common problem.
So I'm doing the whole, oh, maybe they didn't see me.
Okay, because Jared can go anywhere and not be seen. That's a thing that happens.
Oh, Jared, hello.
And they always, every time you come across somebody whose name you don't remember,
they remember you.
Always remember
they
your
always
name.
Remember you.
Always.
So.
Not that we're offended by that.
No, not at all.
We're very impressed. Just
and usually, I was trying hard. Like, okay, I know.
And the harder you try, the... Yeah.
And so, this is what's sad, because we talked maybe 3 to 5 minutes-ish.
Wow. Didn't happen.
It did not happen.
Whoever you are is watching this, I am sorry.
No, I did remember what building they worked in, though.
Baby steps.
Which is, but at some point, I just gave up. I couldn't do it anymore.
I think that...
I think I need to take people's pictures and names and keep them in my phone.
But then you have to be like this.
Yeah.
No.
Which
no,
one?
No.
Sounds like a fun new game. Oh, okay. Finish your.
I think first of all that we should introduce ourselves when we see people, whether we know them or not. But more so, I'm just kidding about that. That would be really awkward and takes too much time and effort. But more so,
we're all about the time and effort.
Speaking of work, I think that we should get credit for even recognizing that we know said person.
It's true, because I've been known to walk by people all the time, and then, but this also makes me mad though too, because they'll be like, you walked by me and you didn't even say hello.
Well, neither did you.
Exactly, and I'm like, you've got to call out my name. Take Beverly, no, it wasn't Beverly, it was Anastasia Beaverhausen. We're at the mall.
Jared!
She says, Jared, I truly, honestly did not hear it. And
he's a good tuner-outer.
It took both names to get me to turn around. I was like, oh yeah. And it's also kind of like the one time.
And she wasn't even offended that you ignored her.
No, because she knows me well enough to know. But yeah, it's like the one time I was at Disneyland too, and Mr. V! That jolted me because that was out of place. Like, that's the last person.
Oh no, I once ran into somebody at a Mexican restaurant who I thought was the manager of another Mexican restaurant, but who was actually my dentist. So I had the wrong conversation. What are you doing here? Are you eating at this place? How? My dentist recognizes me outside of the dentist office?
I mean,
I'm impressed. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love my dentist. He's amazing. If you need a recommendation,
did he know
give it to
by
you,
name too? Your name?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That is something.
Anyway, but I was embarrassed.
Then again, maybe that
because...
goes back to the thing of we can't go anywhere without.
But listen, need I remind everyone about the time, once upon a time, when I had a party at my house.
Did I not know who you were?
I think we had barely met by this point, if at all. I introduced myself to the same person 3 times in one night at my party. I don't believe we've met.
Though.
Yes, over there. I don't believe we've. Yes, over there. And over there. Just kidding. Funny, huh? Like, awkward. If I meet you a second time and you're not wearing the exact same outfit you were wearing the first time I met you and in a somewhat similar place, we're starting over. Just let that be known. I think we've discussed this before, but it bears reminding.
It does, yes.
Because we can't be reminded of who people are. I can smell your Purplesaurus Rex.
It does smell delicious.
It smells purple.
Oh, great. gracious. I had a segue.
All bad.
Speaking of
Like the
bad.
kind you ride?
Yeah. Like, speaking of bad memories. Good grief.
Well, I do have a story.
Okay, good. And
It's
then
actually-
maybe in the meantime, I'll remember what I was going to talk
It's actually
about
two
next.
stories. I was recently at a wedding reception. I will not say for whom, based on the stories that I'm about to tell, because I'm sure I'm going to be speaking about this couple's relations. However.
Oh, family relations.
Yes, family, they're related people. They're relatives,
worried.
that's the word.
Relations.
Relatives and friends.
I don't want her talking about my relations on here either, right?
Anyway, so 2 things happened at this wedding reception that I am still not over. And this happened a while ago. A couple weeks, probably. I don't know. I've lost all sense of
A
time.
hair plastifrickle.
Yes. First of all, we and my other friends, we were being kind and we were helping in the kitchen. Okay.
Right.
So I say we. My friends were cutting up the cake. I was putting plates of cake on the table. Let's be honest. Okay, so I wasn't cutting anything because I'm not allowed to do that. Anyway.
At least you were helping. When I help, I just tend to watch.
He's not kidding. Oh, the number. Anyway. So I see this woman with her plate of cake, which, by the way, looks amazing. And
I do like cake.
may or may not have snagged a couple of stray pieces off of the big tray that the cake came on.
Well, there you go.
Because that doesn't,
you gotta do it.
That doesn't count.
Right.
So I see her, and I'm standing next to my friend Jen, and I see this woman walk up to the trash and put her whole plate with her whole piece of untouched cake in the trash. And no lie, I started to move forward.
Save the cake. It was
Jen's
like slow motion, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was like, hold back. I'm like, did you just see what she did?
That poor innocent cake.
I mean, who does that?
Nobody throws away cake. Nobody.
At a wedding? Somebody would have eaten that. I mean, I was about to pull a George Costanza and go pick it out of the trash, I think. I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead, but I mean, I was moving. I was ready. It didn't help that I was already riled up by the other thing that happened at this reception.
They threw away ice cream.
No. Speaking of throwing away ice cream. Anyway.
Oh, no.
So this woman, different woman, who has to be in her 60s.
Okay.
And that's just for reference.
Just a ballpark.
But she had, let me see your phone for a second. She had one of those clip-on light things. So it's like this big circle with lights, and it's clipped onto her camera, okay? And she's doing this and taking selfies of her and her little friend repeatedly. So they get the light, take the picture, okay. Nope. Okay, let's do it again. Get the light. And the whole time, I can see their phone. I can see that half of each of their faces is cut off. And Jen and I are watching, and all I could do was repeatedly say, turn it sideways. For 30 minutes, they were taking this selfie. And not once did they rotate the camera. They took someone else's picture and rotated the camera. You know selfies can be taken on the horizontal, right?
On the DL. On the DL horizontal.
Let me tell you what, there was nothing DL about this selfie session. And it was distracting. And then they went over to the nice backdrop and they were taking more photos. And again,
it made her twitch, apparently.
Ask Jen and she will tell you that I was inconsolable with frustration. Just turn it sideways. Why is that so hard? Have someone else take the picture for you. There are so many solutions to this problem that took up 30 minutes of my time. Anyway.
Well, speaking of get-togethers.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Haley Mills. Anyway. So I've been debating whether to tell this story or not, but I think it's tasteful enough that I can tell.
Oh my.
So I was at a funeral recently. And
after the weddings.
I know, after the weddings come the funeral.
You have 4 weddings per funeral.
Yes. Yes.
Is it 4? 3? Anyway,
Yeah, 4 weddings and a funeral.
Yeah.
I think that sounds right.
We'll ask you later.
So we're there for a while, and one of the funeral directors is there, and she's, like, oh, you just have the greatest laugh. Like,
I bet she doesn't have the opportunity to say that a lot at a lot of funerals.
Right. And so I'm like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. So fast forward, we're moving on to the cemetery, and I'm there a tad bit early. Not like early.
How does that happen? Oh, because you left early.
Yeah, well.
I'm out.
Not necessarily, but. Anywho. So she makes a point to come up to me again. She's like, oh, you just have the greatest personality. Like, you're just, so awesome. I just wanted to tell you this. And so all I can do in my head is think, I have a YouTube channel.
Let me give you my card.
How inappropriate is it?
That
I'm at a funeral. So I will say I held back. But anyway.
I mean, it's not, I think there's been enough time you could call her. With a link.
We've had grief. We've grieved.
Right?
We've mourned. We're ready.
In case you miss me, here you go.
She was fun though, because I had my little boutonniere, and at one point she realized I was going around everybody that was coming up to hug me. I was sticking them with the pin, because the pin was like.
Who taught you how to put on a boutonniere?
This is the best part. I didn't put it on. She did.
101.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, this usually doesn't have it. And I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh,
Better than
it kept the hugs brief.
Yeah. It's like she knew you.
Almost. She was an angel sent from above.
Wow. Those aren't the kind you usually get.
Not when I'm drinking, Kate. Not when I'm drinking.
It couldn't be helped.
To do. All right, we need to close it out because
we got
we've
Muppets
got
to go
places
see.
to be.
We got to go have some lunch before we go to the
Yes.
Muppets, because you don't want to watch the Muppets on an empty stomach, because that's
No.
just too much.
Too much.
Ask Animal. Or don't. I don't care.
Well, I was going to go with Swedish Chef, but Animal's great. All right, on that note, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
We'll see you next time.